Greetings, this is Tier Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Fire Emblem 6 Linear Regression. So this is going to be part 4 in this series. I've already done quite a few stats, HP, Strength, Magic, Skill, Speed. This time we're going to do Luck. I'm going to correlate Luck, Defense, and Resistance probably with all the other stats that I haven't done yet. So it's going to go faster every single time because there's going to be one less stat to correlate every time. So we're actually almost done, and probably can finish up in about two more, this video and one more. So let's see, luck. So we're going to start with luck. So yeah, if you haven't seen the first 3 videos, you might want to at least get some idea of what's going on here. But we're correlating stats. We're seeing is there a relationship between the various stats of characters in Fire Emblem 6. Now, of course, this isn't done perfectly. I ended up leaving in Elfin and Lalem. I probably should have taken him out, and also Fa. I think she probably could have been taken out as well. I did take out Merlinus though, so that was a good call. So that's luck. We're gonna correlate luck with level. Luck and level. Let's see what we get here. So we're gonna see, does luck correlate with level? And as always, level, if it's promoted units have plus 20 added. So calculate, yeah, so let's see. Wow, this is kind of interesting. So if you double to about 2.1, that's pretty high actually. 2.1 multiplied by your luck, and then subtract about 5.5 or 6. So if your luck is about, let's say, 20, 40, 30. Okay, so yeah, 20 average luck is actually too high. So yeah, characters tend to have low luck stats actually. 7, yeah, luck is a bit lower than the other stats actually. It's about 7. It's higher than defense and resistance, but it's lower than strength, skill, and speed on average. So let's see, what do we get here? So everything's like above the line. Let's see, pretty close. I mean, as always, there's gonna be some outliers. I mean, is that like Corel or something? Somebody with 18 luck and wait, this is luck and this is level. So 18 luck at level 30. So it's level 19 promoted. That's probably Corel. So yeah, so some are going to be obviously really high out there. So you remember, if it's close to the line, it's about average. So a lot of characters are pretty close, but then there's some that are like going to be like really out there. Like someone has like 11 luck, and they're like at a super high level probably. So who's that with 11 luck? 11 luck. Astel. No, it's probably someone else. 11 luck, Elfin. Yeah, well, that's like really high. It's probably with 11 luck and then Douglas. Yeah. So let's see what kind of correlation we get here. 0.745. So that's actually not too bad. It's about 75% correlation between luck and level. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, level seems to have about 70% correlation with most stats, so level doesn't always correlate with stats that well. Strength and magic, it's a bit better. It's like, I think it's like 80 something. So far, I haven't seen any correlation that's as good as level and strength. So yeah, level and the primary strat, and then the primary stat, which is strength and magic. So we're good here. So 75% is pretty good. So that's level and luck. So luck. Now, after level, let's try defense. So I've already done all of these, obviously. Defense, resistance, constitution, and moves. So that we're going to do those. So we have defense. Let's see, what do we get here? Defense, copy. Okay, so now we're going to look at luck and defense. Do luck and defense have anything in common? Do they correlate? We'll find out. I don't expect it to be really good. 43%. So yeah, 43. Yeah, so 0.43 times your luck plus about 3.7. So let's just say 4. That would be about what defense you should have given your luck. So, yeah, as always, you're gonna have a small amount, like a good amount near to the center. The ones that are like way out here, that's those are outliers that are like really far away from the line. Like this is someone with 11 luck and 20 defense. That's probably like Douglas or someone like that. You know, 11 luck and 20 defense. Yeah, like yeah, that's Douglas. So you know, like where two stats are so different from each other. Now the correlation's quite weak. That's about 40. That's 40%. So I would say 40% is not very good. You know, it's kind of pretty weak. So luck and defense don't correlate quite well, since you have high defense characters with low luck. You have high defense characters with probably high luck as well. So 40% correlation is quite weak. Then we've got resistance. Let's see, we can try resistance, copy. So yeah, luck and resistance. Let's see what happens. Luck and resistance. So we're gonna have huge outliers like Yodel and Nime. So I expect very weak correlation here. 77% multiplied by luck, minus about 0.07. So this is resistance we're doing, yeah. So I bet that's Yodel, 11 luck, 30 resistance. No doubt about it. That is someone with 15 luck and 18 resistance, and that's someone with 18 luck and 13 resistance. That's probably Karel. That's probably Nime. 15 luck, 18 resistance. Yeah. So that's just my guess. So you actually have a lot close to the line. Well, we have some on the. Okay, yeah. These are people with like 0 resistance. Yeah, because a lot of people have like 0 resistance, and then you have someone with Yodel like 30 resistance, like way over here. So he's got like, given his luck stat, he's got 22 more points of resistance than he should. So someone with 11 luck on average has about 8 resistance. He's got like 30, so huge outlier. So yeah, I bet it's not very good. Correlation 54%. Yeah, so we have some huge outliers like Yodel, but it's still about 55% correlation. So luck and resistance correlate better than luck and defense. So resistance has more in common with luck than defense. So 55% correlation between luck and resistance. It's not too bad. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the ones that, you know, as always, don't make much sense. Luck and constitution. Since you know, like I've said in previous videos, since we're dealing with base stats, there's quite a bit of bias here. Yeah, and it's still interesting to see though. So let's see, we got 5%. Multiply your luck by 5%, and then add like 7.69. So it's still slightly positive though. So I expect a very weak correlation here. Oh yeah, very weak correlation. So they're all like really close to the line. Yeah. So people are all over the map. Like this is a weak correlation. I mean, if you see them all jumbled up and not close to the line, then it's a very weak correlation. So what do we have here? Yeah, this is the worst yet. One of the worst yet. The worst, I think, was last video where we had speed and constitution. Yeah, speed and constitution actually ended up being inverse. It was an inverse relationship. Here we have one of the worst ever. This is almost 6%. So just under 6% correlation here between luck and constitution. So luck and constitution have nothing in common. I mean, if you're talking about base luck, constitution, those two stats just don't correlate at all. 6% is quite weak. That's the second worst relationship. The worst one was speed and constitution. So constitution just doesn't correlate with some stats. It correlates with strength and defense, but not with a lot of other stats. So let's try movement. Let's see what happens with movement. So constitution, so yeah, huge, yeah. So we got luck on the left, and on the y variable we're gonna put movement. So we're gonna be done here with that. So almost 10% of your luck plus about 5 would be your movement. So it's still positive, but I'm guessing that's very weak. Oh, actually, it's not as weak as I thought. It's interesting. Boar, yeah, so we have the knights here, then we have the normal units with 5 move, then we have the promoted units with 6, plus thieves. Then we have the 7s, you know, the cavaliers and the flyers, and then we have the promoted cavalier, you know, the paladins and the like the nomad troopers and all of them. So we got like what, 5 here? Yeah. One more, so I guess there's an overlap with some character. So someone with 8 move has 5 luck. I mean, not. Wait, that's 5. Yeah, 5 luck and 8 move. 5 luck and 8 move. Interesting. I wonder if that's like anyone. Let's see, 5 luck. It's quite a lot of. Oh, 5 luck. Oh, that's Zealot. Wow, Zealot only has 5 luck. Wow. So that's him right there. So yeah, we have. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be too much correlation here. They're kind of all over the map a bit. But actually, it's not as bad as you would think. I think it's because there's only 5 levels of movement. You can have 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. There's only 5 variable, only 5 possible, numbers that exist for your move. And because of that, I think the correlation can't be too bad. It's not going to be too awful. So we have about 33%. I think move has had like about 35% correlation with every stat so far. Except for speed. With speed, it had like 50% correlation. So obviously speed was a better indicator of move than the other stats. But although it's still not that great, it was only 50%. This one's like 33, 34%. 34% correlation between luck and move. So pretty weak. Not as bad as luck and constitution though. Constitution doesn't correlate well with some stats. So that was luck. Now we're going to try. So we've done everything with luck so far. Let's see, that's 5. Yeah. So now we're going to do everything with defense. Everything we haven't done yet. So we're going to start with level, as always. I'm always curious what happens when you correlate with level. We'll do level, then we'll do resistance, constitution, move. And then we probably might have time to do resistance with constitution, move, and level as well. Since, these are obviously getting faster and faster every single time as we have less variables left to look at. Yeah, so as a reminder, if you switch the x and y variable, you're not really getting a different answer. You're getting the same correlation. The equation will just get inverted. You'll get like the inverse relation. You'll get the inverse equation, but it's pretty much it's still the same thing. So let's see, 43%, 0.43 multiplied by luck, plus about 3.7. No, wait, this isn't luck now. Whoop. We're on to defense, yeah. So defense. Oh, wait. Oh, I need to check my stat. I need to check what I'm doing here. Okay, defense. Let's see, defense. Okay, we have it. I'm just making sure everything copied it correctly. No, okay, we got to do this. Okay. I must have fallen asleep or something. Okay. Okay, so that's defense. I pasted it here accidentally. So yeah, this is our defense. 10, 8, 5, 15. Yeah. Okay, next column, level. Yeah. So yeah, we did luck with everything else. And now we're doing defense with everything. Okay, now we're putting level here. So we're gonna see a bunch of 1s. Yeah, like a bunch of 1s, basically level, and then you'll see a bunch of huge numbers at the end. So this is level, and this is defense. So do defense and level correlate well? 1.4 multiplied by your defense plus 0.5. So if your defense is like 10, your level would be about 14 or 15. Yeah, 20 defense would give you about level 28. So level 9 or 10 promoted for 20 defense. Yeah. Wow, we have a lot of outliers. Yeah, we got like a bunch of people down here. So super low. Some have really low defense. Right, we have like Elfin and Lalem, so that doesn't help. And then we have Fa as well, who probably doesn't have very good base stats, but she has the Dragonstone, so she doesn't really need it. Huge outliers. Okay, I'm guessing Yodel and Nime both have 5 defense, so they're huge outliers right here. Yeah, their defense, they're 30 levels higher than they should be. So someone with 5 defense is usually about level 8 or level 10, somewhere between level 8 and level 10 for 5 defense. Yodel and Nime are level 20, like almost maxed out level, and they only have like 5. Huge outliers as always. Someone with 15 defense at level 39, that's Corel, so Corel should have better defense, I guess. So yeah, there's some good outliers. Yeah, it's only 53%, so Usually, level has about a 70%, has had a 70% correlation with most stats. With defense, it's a lot weaker actually. It's only like 53%. So level and defense don't have as much in common as you would think. Like normally, stats scale up, but defense doesn't correlate quite as well, probably because you have some units like your knights that start off with super high defense, and they're like very low level, and then you'll have like Yodel and Nime who have like no defense, and they're like their levels almost maxed. So 53% for defense, and level. So defense and level don't correlate quite as well as the others did. So defense and level. Now we're going to try defense and resistance. This one's going to be interesting. I expect like an inverse correlation. Defense and resistance should not be I mean, I wouldn't think they would correlate that well. I mean, first of all, we have a bunch of zeros. Then we have like Yodel with like 30 and Nime with 18, whereas their defense is only like, it's like 5. So, and then, Douglas, actually, I wonder what is Douglas's resistance? I mean, he's got like 20 base defense. His resistance is 5. Douglas has 5 resistance. So, yeah, I expect like inverted correlation here. Almost, not exactly. Okay, so it's not inverted, but it was probably kind of close to it. So 16% multiplied by your defense and then add about 4. So it's still positive correlation, but very weak. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, a lot. But we have I mean, that's Yodel, that's Nime. Yeah, they're out here. Some of them are close to the line, but some of them are way out there. So what do we have? 12% correlation. Yeah, very weak correlation, incredibly weak. So 12% correlation between defense and resistance. Yeah, defense and resistance would not be correlated at all. I mean, I didn't expect them to. Like, I expected this to be a very weak correlation. So 12% correlation between defense and resistance, not too surprising. Somebody's the opposite. Yeah. So this is like Yodel and Nime with super low defense, high resistance. And this right over here we have Douglas, that 20 defense, 5 resistance. So yeah, that does happen. We have a bunch of people with like 2 defense and different levels of resistance. Yeah. So anyway, that was defense and resistance. Let's try defense and constitution. This one's interesting. I actually expect this one to correlate kind of well. Better than most stats. I expect defense and constitution to correlate quite well, even though constitution doesn't increase with level ups. If this was finalized stats, final average stats, then I would expect a pretty good correlation between defense and constitution. Yeah, this is what we have here. Let's see, calculate. Yeah, it's not too bad. So 56% multiplied by defense, plus about 4, that's constitution. So that's yeah, it's a bit better. So we have a lot closer to the line. We have a good amount closer to the line. We have some exceptions like 20 defense. Some are going to be inverted constitution and defense. Like who's that? 16 defense, 9 constitution. Really? 16? No. Yeah, 16 defense, 9 constitution. Interesting. Who would that be? Someone has 16 defense and only 9 constitution. Percival. Oh, okay. It's not okay. See, that makes sense because he has hard mode bonuses and he's a promoter paladin. Yeah, that makes sense. Then we have some out here. 3 constitution, 13 defense. What? No. Actually, wait. Other way around. 3 defense, 13 constitution. Oh, I bet that's like Wade. Yeah. Oh, right. You have fighters, right? You have fighters with super low defense but high constitution. Yeah, that's true. So there's gonna be so it's not perfect. There's gonna be some that don't make any sense. So yeah, I bet that's Wade with the super low defense and high constitution. Or actually, that might be Lot. It's either a Lot or Wade. It's one of the two. They're both pretty bad. Yeah, well, Lot is the one with no, Wade. Yeah, Wade has 3 base defense. Lot has 4. Yeah, that is definitely Wade. Yeah. So yeah, let's see, what is it? 65, 66%. So 66%. correlation between defense and constitution, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. 66%. That's better than constitution with a lot of other stats. Now let's treat defense and move. I don't expect very good correlation between defense and move. I mean, you have some high movement units, and they generally tend to be bulky, like your Cavaliers and your Wyvern Riders. They'll have high defense, high movement, so that could influence it. So what do we have here? 7%. Let's see. 7% of your defense plus about 5.3 or 5.4. Really? Are we almost done? Let's see. I did luck with everything, right? Then I did defense with level, defense with resistance, defense with constitution. Now defense with, yeah, so wow, we're almost done with defense. So yeah, as well. So here we have the 4s. They have high defense but low movement. So these are the knights. Then we have 5 movement, 6 movement, 7 movement. Here are the 8 movement units and their various levels of defense. So 15 defense, 8 movement, 11 defense, 8 movement, so on and so forth. So I bet that's versatile. Let's see, and then they're pretty close. So some of them are really close to the line. Yeah, there can't be too much variability. Who do we have here? 20 defense, 5 movement, Douglas. Yeah, that would be Douglas. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah. So they're pretty close to the line, but some are off. Yeah, it's actually pretty weak. 28%. 28% correlation between defense and move. I didn't expect that much, to be honest. So defense and defense and movement don't correlate quite well. 28%. It's not the worst though. We've definitely seen much worse than that, like defense and resistance, for example. So that's defense and movement. Now let's see. Let's take a pause here. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna wrap up here with resistance and everything else. So let's try. So I'm gonna do resistance with level and then resistance, constitution, and movement. So that's gonna leave almost nothing for the next video. But in the next video, I'm just gonna kind of summarize a lot of stuff. So yeah, we can finish this up in 5 videos. So first, I'm going to put resistance in this column. Better not forget what I'm doing. That's resistance. We're going to have some very interesting outliers there because, Yodel and Nime, as always. Let's see resistance and level. How well does resistance correlate with level? I think it might correlate kind of well because, actually, interestingly enough, Yodel has super high level and super high resistance, and as well as Nime, so we might actually get something there. Paste. So yeah, level. Yeah, so these are levels. These are resistance values. So resistance, bunch of zeros. Level, we have a lot of 1s at the beginning. These are the levels. So let's calculate that. So this is resistance and level. 1.5. So about 1.6 multiplied by your resistance plus about 2. That would be your level. So if you have about 10 resistance. That would be 16, 18. Level 18 character would have about 10 resistance on average. So yeah, now Yodel's resistance that would be really hard to get to. Like where's Yodel? Is he out here? Yeah, he's out here. So yeah, Yodel's out here all by himself, like right over there. So that's him right there. 30 resistance. So minus 10. So what that means is Yodel's resistance is like 10 levels higher than it should be. So a level 30 character, like level 10 promoted. Actually, no. I think it means like he should have 10 points of resistance lower than he does at his huge level. He's level 40, right? So if you multiply that by about 1.6, 64, 66. No, wait. Oh, no, 30 resistance. So 30, 1.6, 48, 50. Right, he should be like a level 30 promoted character, basically. Like in order to have 30 resistance, you would need like another 10 level ups, basically. That's what it's saying. You have to, properly interpret this data. And then some people, it's like opposite. So yeah, let's see. Some of them are really close to the line. It's kind of interesting. Everybody's like down here, and then you have Yodel out here, and then let's see, that's Nime. So, he's like way out there. Some people are gonna have super low resistance in a high level, like Douglas. I bet Douglas is like somewhere down here. He's got like 5. But nah, okay, so it's still not that bad. So resistance and level actually have a very good correlation. It's almost 79%. So resistance actually correlates quite well with level. Surprisingly, I wasn't like a lot better than I thought it would. Defense is weak. So most stats actually correlate decently with level, usually somewhere between 70 and 80%, with the exception of strength and magic, where it's like 88 or so. I forget what it was really high for strength and magic. Defense was weak though. Defense was like 50s. So defense correlates poorly with level, but every other stat seems to be correlating quite well with level so far. So 79% correlation between resistance and level. Pretty good. Let's see, then we have Constitution. Let's see if resistance and Constitution correlate. I expect like either very weak correlation or inverted correlation between resistance and Constitution. So resistance and correlation. So let's see, this is resistance, this is Constitution. Wow. So you have a whole bunch of 0 resistances up here and like all this data. Okay, this is very interesting. Oh, yep, negative correlation, negative. Ooh, actually, this is very interesting. Resistance. So your base. So if your Constitution is going to be like 8.9, and you take off about 1/6 of a point of Constitution for every point of resistance. So the higher your resistance, the lower your Constitution on average. Now this is assuming it's 9. Meaning, like, some characters have much higher than 9 Constitution, obviously. So this doesn't make sense. Obviously, that would mean you would need like negative resistance in order to have like super high Constitution, which obviously doesn't make any sense. But yeah, because some characters are obviously huge, but not everybody's that big. So this is actually an inverse correlation. This is only the second one we've seen so far. The other one was speed and Constitution. So Constitution, doesn't correlate quite well with other stats. Movement actually does a better job. So that's why the line is actually slanting down. Normally it has a small slant up. If the better the correlation, the better the slant usually. This one's kind of slanting down. This actually has a negative slope, which, because of the the inverse relationship. So these ones are pretty close to the line, but you do have some outliers like Yodel, as always. Yodel is quite the outlier. Yodel's out here, 30 resistance, 6 defense. Nime, 18 resistance, 4 Does she really have 4 defense? Somebody has 18 resistance and 4... oh, no, this is Constitution. Oh, Constitution, sorry, not defense, Constitution. 30 resistance, 6 Constitution. So Nime has like 4 Constitution and like 18 resistance, so... Yeah, she has 4 Constitution. Wow, I didn't realize. Oh yeah, she's like a super old lady. So, yeah, basically, it's kind of weak. It's actually interesting. This is a negative 25% correlation. So a weak inverse relationship, negative 0.25. So now for speed and Constitution, it was like 2%, but it was negative. It was like negative 2%. This is negative 25%. So interesting, like it's a better inverse relationship than with the speed and Constitution, but still quite interesting. So resistance and Constitution are so far is the weirdest relationship, but it makes sense because I kind of expected this a bit, that resistance and Constitution would have a somewhat of an inverse relationship. But yeah, negative 0.25, very, very interesting. So resistance and con. Let's see about resistance and move. This will be the last one for this video. Let's see how resistance and move correlate. Resistance and move. This one's going to be interesting. So we have 2 levels of resistance. So wow, they have like 0 and 1 resistance, the knights. A lot of your 5 movement characters are pretty good. They're from 0 all the way to like 10 base. 6 move here, 7 move, 8 move. Wow, your 6 move characters have the best. Oh, right, Yodel, Mime. Yeah, they're going to have huge resistance. So, yeah, this is a very weak. This is kind of a weak correlation. Some near the line, some out there like crazy. So, yeah, but 6% multiplied by your resistance plus about 5.5, 5.6. That, that's to calculate move. Anyway, that's pretty weak. 31% correlation. As always, I don't expect movement to have good correlation with anything. It's been about the same correlation with just about every stat except for speed. So about 31% correlation between resistance and movement. Yeah, so this has been an interesting video because like we got some negative correlations. We have some really weak ones like 12%. But yeah, so I've covered quite a bit. I finished up defense. Luck, defense, and resistance got finished up. Level, constitution. So yeah, we don't have much left. Constitution with level and movement, and then constitution movement. So I've got like 3 relationships left, so I can definitely fit that into the next video. The next video I'll probably just be I'll do that, and then I'll probably summarize maybe some stuff, and that'll be it. So it'll probably be a shorter video. But yeah, we can definitely finish this up in about 5 sections. Yep.